Hello YouTube. Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting and the Fan. Good evening. I have the lighting, I have the fan, and I'm good. Right now the time is approximately 9:16 p.m. and the date is Tuesday, November 10th, 2020. The moon is waning in Virgo and the sun is transiting in Scorpio. Welcome to, and I need to look, because part of me is doing these on the fly, but part of me is not. So this is WEDIN, hashtag WEDIN, witching every day in November, day 14. And the title, the official title of this video is hashtag WEDIN, day 14, witchy no matter what. So here's the concept behind that statement. So first of all, how do you know you're a witch? Actually, I was looking at Drake, also known as my awesome audiovisual person, because he had a look at his face. I presume the video is okay. Okay. Now, so I asked that question again. How do you know that you're a witch? Is it because somebody told you? Is it because you told yourself? How did you become a witch? And I asked that for a specific reason because there was an amazing book on goddess magic. It's actually about the goddess and about witchcraft and magic, but I guess one could say that it's about goddess magic ultimately, and it's called Ariadne's Thread, and it was written by the late and great Shekhinah Mountainwater. And there is an article in the book that says that all that a witch needs to do is say, I am a witch, 3 times in a row, and then they are a witch. Now, I love the concept. I love the ease of that statement, and I certainly have no problem doing that. I am a witch. I am a witch. I am a witch. But for me personally, and from all the experiences that I've had in this lifetime thus far, especially since I have been a practicing witch for between 15 to 20 years, I know it's a little bit more involved in that. At least for me, I find that being a witch is a little more involved, if not a lot more involved, than just saying I am a witch 3 times in a row. My purpose in this video is to say that ultimately, your being a witch is who you are, your identity, and that remains unchanged for the rest of your days. And there may be some people who say that you're not a real witch because of X, Y, and Z. And maybe they're right, maybe they're not. Maybe they have the credentials and the authority and the experience to say, well, you're not a witch because of this, or you're not a witch because of that. Maybe whatever. But I will say this, if you feel that you are a witch, then you are a witch no matter what. If you know to the marrow of your bones that you are a witch, then you are a witch no matter what. You can be the most basic witch. You could have 0 magical tools and sacred tools or sacred objects. You could have never engaged in one particular kind of magic and witchcraft or another. You may not be an initiated companion in a magic grove. You may not be an initiated coven mate. You may not be a high priest or high priestess, but if you know in your heart of hearts you are a witch, then that's all there is to that. And who you are as a witch becomes even more integral with regards to your personal identity. It becomes more of who you are in the world. You know, I'm fond of saying that I love referring to myself as Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch. And it's not only because I'm a witch. You know, I don't think I've ever shared this in one of my videos, but a few years ago, I went to an amazing full moon circle, and it was an open full moon circle. And you know, I'm very picky about with whom I engage in any kind of anything, ritual work, spellcraft, full moon circles, new moon circles, all that. I'm extremely picky about those things because I've learned to be picky about those things. And I also used to be much more of a control freak, and I used to have a lot more trust issues. So, you know, when somebody, well, I still remember one time I went to a party, and that party happened to be on a full moon, and somebody was like, "Oh, it's a full moon, let's do a spell." And I'm looking at this bitch like, "Who's this bitch? I don't know who you are. I don't know what your intentions are. Who this? Who that? Who her? You know? Oh, no. But it just so happened that the priestess that was leading the full moon circle, I trust implicitly, and I've learned a great deal from her over the years. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to go to that full moon circle. And one of the things that they did in this full moon circle is that they placed me in a chair. They surrounded me. They encircled me. That's the correct term. They encircled me. And the priestess asked me, which phrase would you like to empower with full moon magic? And I said, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch. And guess what? That phrase, that statement, that title, if you will, that complete set of names and words has been blessed with bountiful full moon magic. One could argue that every full moon goddess and every goddess who was present in that full moon circle has blessed, has given her stamp of approval to that phrase, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch. I've even noticed that when I say it, I don't say it like whatever. Like I don't even intend to give it like dramatic oomph or an inflection. It's just like Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch. It just reeks of magic. I felt that. Ooh, I felt that. Mind you, I know this, and yet I felt that. Ooh, that felt good. Tingly. You know? But seriously, it's like, I know that for the rest of my life, I am Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch. I know that I have had the honor and privilege and pleasure of having people committed to enchanting that phrase, that were committed in one mind and one heart to bringing an abundance of divine magic into that phrase. So I am a witch no matter what. I am Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, no matter what. And with this particular WEDIN video, I invite all of you to say, I am, and then you can either use your first name, birth name, you can use your full name, you can use your public magical name, or if you're doing it by yourself, you can use your private magical name, or if you're doing it with people with whom you are part of the same group, whether it is a coven, a grove, etc., then you can say, if all of you know your private magical names, you know, if you don't, then, you know, something else. And say, I am a witch of whatever. Or I am this kind of a witch. You know, like for example, some of you could say, for example, I am Melissa and I am an herb witch. Or my name is David and I am a kitchen witch. Or another example, I am Cassandra and I am a seeress of a witch. Or I am a psychic witch. Or I am a divination witch. You know, that kind of thing. Like right now, I'm going to say, I am Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch. And I can also say, I am Robert. I am the sacred son of Osed and Osar, and I am a practitioner of kinetic magic. And go from there. And do what, say, even if to yourself, but say what is right for you, what is real for you. What is the answer to, I am a witch no matter what? What is the follow-up statement to I am a witch no matter what? Like, I know that I am a witch no matter what. Why? Because I am Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch. I am Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch. Who are you? What statement acknowledges and celebrates that you are a witch no matter what? And with that, Thank you, YouTube, for honoring who I am and what I do. Thank you for all the likes, for all the shares, for all the comments, for all the subscriptions. Thank you to all of you who have been scheduling your sessions with me. And thank you to all of you who have been winning along with me. And thank you, of course, to Ember HoneyRaven, the Big Fat Witch, for coming up with this fantastic idea of witching every day in November, or WEDIN for short. Good night, and stay tuned for the next video.